Hello everyone, this is Jason of Game & Shocks, and today I've got a little bit of a different video than what you normally see on this channel. So recently I went to PAX East, which is a big gaming convention in Boston. I went there last week and I had a lot of fun there, like an absolute blast. And I wanted to share everything that I experienced there with you guys. I said I wanted to do a PAX video last year, but I wasn't able to. But this time, I'm finally going to do it. And I've got like all my stuff that I got from there. I got my badge right here, just as proof that I did go to PAX, in case there was like one guy who didn't think I went there. And I'm going to show like some pictures and like other kinds of things that I experienced at PAX. Because I didn't just like go like standard dressed up like me normally. I cosplayed as well because I cosplayed as Peppino from Pizza Tower, which you can see right there. So yeah, so I'm just gonna chronicle like every day that I went to PAX East. Just mostly it's gonna be like me showing off everything that I got while I was there, which was mostly like a lot of like knickknacks, but I did get some like games there because there were some vendors as well. But yeah, I'm really excited because, like I said, I had a lot of fun going there, and I can't wait to do it again next year. So now, let's start. All right, so first starting with Thursday. So when we got there, because I went with my friend Aaron Fazbear, just kind of set the scene for you. So I went with Aaron Fazbear. We took a bus to Boston like every day. So we just took like a place that was like close to where I lived, and then we just like took a bus to there. And then on Thursday there was this like really bad wind in Boston, like walking up to the convention center, because like we went from South Station up to Boston, like the Boston Convention Center, which is this gigantic building. Like, if you've never been to Boston, it's like it looks like an airport with how big it is. And then like, so one thing that I got obviously was just a mini map, as you should like at a convention, just so you know where everything is. So our first stop when we got there was, well, I put my Peppino costume on, and we went to a vendor that was right next to the escalator, and I got some games while I was there. So I got a few. This is not all the games I got while I was there, because I kind of spread it out while I was there. So the first game I got was a Nintendo 64 game that I got for $10, and it was Wipeout 64, which is a really good game for what little I played. Excuse me, of it so far. It's kind of hot in here, so it's because there's a light right behind me, like right in front of me. That's why my cheeks are a little rosy. But yeah, it's a fun like futuristic racing game, and it's Wipeout. You can't really go wrong with Wipeout. And then I got two original Xbox games right here. So the first one was Shenmue 2 for like I said, the original Xbox. This was only $15 at the vendor. So there were a few vendors at the center. So there was like one that was like that was the closest to the escalator, which was where like the entrance was. And then there was like some that were a little further back. So yeah, I got Shenmue 2. I haven't really played this that much. I have it just because I don't own it for my collection, and at this point I probably, with how many games I have in my Xbox collection, you'd think I did have this in my collection, but I don't. And then here's the inside. The manual's a little beat up, as you can see. It's a little ripped like down there and like folded up there. But other than that, like, it has both the discs, and it has the Shenmue movie for any of you who are feeling cinematic. I mean, Shenmue is already a pretty cinematic game as it is. Now, the disc is... Let me see. Ooh. I don't know if this is going to show up on camera, but the disc is not in very good condition at all. There's a lot of scratches, but I did test it in my Xbox, and it did work with really no issue. So if it ever like crashes again, I could always just buy another copy, because I know Shenmue 2 is a relatively cheap game for the Xbox. And then this next one, I told myself that I was going to splurge on just like one or two games while I was there, and this was the one I like really spent like the big bucks on. And this is now the most expensive game I own for the original Xbox, and that is Cyanide. Not sure if you've ever heard of this game. It's a 2D. It's like a mix between 2D and 3D like shooter, but it's a twin stick shooter, but it has like 3D graphics. And fun fact for you, this was actually the last exclusive ever released for the original Xbox. Found that out recently, like after I bought this. And unlike Shenmue 2, this one is complete, and the disc is in really nice shape. It's just like a little fingerprint, but fingerprints are manageable when it comes to like discs. And then like there were some other things that we got. So when I was done with the vendor, like saying that as if I was like pissed at the vendor, like I'm done. No, but the vendor was the guy running it was a nice guy. I'd seen him last year. But once we were done with that vendor, we started walking around, like just kind of knowing where everything is. And then I came across my first person who recognized me as Peppino. Like they had like a camera set up, and I did like a pose that Peppino does, which was if you play Pizza Tower, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I did like this, I like because they were like Peppino, and I was like they were like nice costume, and I was like thanks, man. Like there was a lot of times where like either someone recognized me as Peppino, I cosplay, or there was someone else cosplaying as Peppino, or I got a picture with someone who was like, "Hey, can I get a picture of you, Peppino?" And I was like, "Sure," because that's the beauty of PAX East is that everyone like gets along with each other so well. It's so nice there. Even the people like at this like South Station when like say me and Aaron Fazbear were like getting breakfast or something, there were still like nice people. It was like, "Hey, where are you going?" And then we were like, "We're going to PAX East, like we're going up to the convention center," and they're like super cool about it because you know like how Boston is like, you know, it's like really like sailor mouth like Boston like sailor mouth Bostonian stereotypes. They weren't like that, which was nice. And then so another thing that I got was me and Aaron got a this from someone who dressed up as Sly Cooper, which was cool. I got a picture right here if you want to see. And I'll have more pictures at the end, by the way. I got a little like Sly Cooper ribbon, which is nice. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this, but you know I love Sly Cooper, so and any little knickknacks is always nice, if you ask me. And then we also walked by this and Atari 2600 Plus, like little vendor, or not a vendor, it was a booth. And then I grabbed like one of those cards for an Atari 2600 Plus, which I'll be honest, I didn't even know it existed until like I saw it there. So I'm assuming it's like an NES, or actually no, it says right there, right here, no cartridge left behind. Enjoy your favorite Atari 2600 and 7800 games on one system. Poor 5200. Anyway, and then next, I don't know where I got this one from. I think someone was just giving out these cards. I think the game's called World of Grimm, but it was for like something for Rapunzel. Don't really know what this is. You have to like scratch it out on the back. Let's see. Download World of Grimm on Steam. So it's like Brothers Grimm, fairy tales, like, but they're like superheroes. Not entirely sure. And then someone was giving these out. It's like a little sketch thing. It doesn't have the artist's name on the back. But it was like a self-portrait of like the person drawing it. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then I also got this as well. So someone was cosplaying as Chell from Portal, and I think she also might have cosplayed as other people there, but I got a picture of her as Chell. She goes by this on Instagram, so I recommend checking her out on there. If you want to like see, again, like I said, I'm gonna have a slideshow at the end of people I cosplayed with or got pictures of. So yeah, check out Maple Sore Cosplay on Instagram. Really cool cosplayer. And then the last thing I got was we went to the food court, and they had these little like PAX 20th hats, like birthday hats, because if you didn't know, PAX East was they were celebrating its 20th anniversary. I just like snapped it, and they were just like there for just people to grab like at their leisure. And then me and Aaron went to Jackbox because there was right next to the food court there was an area where you could play Jackbox, and that was fun. And I actually got a clip, like no, I got a recording of me when I was on Talking Points, doing like a little bit. If you play Talking Points at Jackbox, you know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. And then to close off Thursday, here's a sunset that I got on the way back, and it was still super windy, and like my feet were hurting like hell. That's a common theme for PAX East because like there's a lot of walking around. So if you're not used to that, get used to it. So now we move on to Tuesday. Tuesday. What am I? Wait, Thursday and then Tuesday. That makes sense. So no, next we went on Friday, and the first day was Thursday. In case I said Tuesday, but now we move on to Friday, and so something else I forgot to mention was that there's this thing called the PAX Arena where they post like competitive like fighting game tournaments and like have other things. So there was a lot of people playing Tekken 8 at the event, which was fun. I mean, I'm not well versed in like the competitive scene in terms of gaming, but like seeing people whoop ass at Tekken 8 was cool to see. Like all the pros, something that I would never be at a fighting game, but still cool like that. Just watching it from like the outside looking in. And then something else I forgot to mention on Thursday, like before I move on to Friday, is me and Aaron also went to this event where we actually saw Matt Pat. Yeah, that Matt Pat from Game Theory. He had like this thing. It was called Story Time with Matt Pat, and how do I describe it? It's basically like his life story from like how we like loved games and his creative process for Game Theory, and even like all kinds of funny little things like him being ghosted by Shigeru Miyamoto, or like being in front of the Pope with George Clooney. So it's like stuff like that. You can watch it on YouTube. I think it's on PAX official YouTube channel. But yeah, I wanted to mention that as well. So now we move on into Friday for real this time. And I got something big that I'm going to save for last. So first I got this card for a game called Space Friends. I think I just picked this up just not really knowing what it was. I'm assuming this is a game you can get on Steam. I'm not really sure, but I'll have to check this out later. It had its own booth, so clearly it was there, if I just didn't see it. And then I also got this cool little skull pin that I'll probably put on my lanyard maybe next year. Because there were a lot of people walking around with like lanyards. Well, obviously you gotta have a lanyard with your pin. Like they had their lanyards full of pins. That's what I meant to say. Like there was even one guy who was like had their jacket like full of pins, and I nicknamed him the Pin Pimp. So and then something else I got this card, another card, for something called Nebula Thorn. I think it looks like some kind of like yoga thing, or some kind of, or you know, like those bean chairs where like it's kind of like it flexes upward for like supporting your back. It kind of looks like that. Again, just kind of grabbed it on a whim. And then next, I got a game. Like I said, so we went to a different vendor, and they had a bunch of games. Like this one was a little bigger than like the other one. I think it was like an online store kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure, but this vendor was called Dial Up Games. That was pretty cool, like being in there, like because there was a lot of stuff to see. And if you want, Aaron did his own video on his channel, so I'll leave a card up here if you want to watch it. So he got his own stuff from there, and this was the first thing that I got from Dial Up Games, and that was Super Mario 64. $30 for that. So not too bad of a price. And like since I recently got a Nintendo 64, like gotta have Mario 64. Like that's like an essential game for not just the 64, but for just gaming in general. So yeah, glad to have Mario 64. Amazing game. And then I also got this card for something competitive. And then we also like just while Aaron was gone, I think he like there were times where we split up. So I think like he wanted to like get some stuff signed because there were some people there he wanted to see. And so like I kind of ventured off on my own, and I saw this guy playing Sonic 1 on the Genesis. He was like at the PAX Arena. He was trying to beat his high score in Sonic 1, which was originally like 700,000 something points. And then I didn't catch the entire thing, but I got there when he reached the boss for Labyrinth Zone Act 3. So it was like near in the end, and he was like going for his record, and it was like a fun thing to just watch, like because I'm like I've played Sonic 1, but I'm not like super well versed in it. And it was just like fun to like, just like watch this. And I had like an authentic Genesis out, and it was fun. And the cherry on top, like watching the whole thing was he's a Twitch streamer, I believe. His name was High Scorsese. You gotta love that. Gaming is cinema. Or this is gaming. Something like that. That's something Scorsese would say. But yeah, so I saw that. I caught a little bit of it at the end. I won't show the whole thing just because like because I have a lot of stuff to show at the end. And then another area of the convention was like where Dial-Up Games was. There was some console set up right next to their vendor, and they had a NES set hooked up with Super Mario Bros. 3 to play, a Genesis with Sonic 1 hooked up, a Dreamcast with the first Marvel vs. Capcom, and then on the other side there was Mario Kart 64 set up, and then Def Jam Vendetta. And then there was one other game. I think it was Super Smash Bros. Melee set up. So that was cool. And I have a recording of me playing Sonic 1 because Aaron got one and he died at Green Hill Act 2. And I just completed it right in front of him. So that was funny. But next I got another big thing. So I went to their... I'm assuming some of you are familiar with Fangamer. It's kind of like limited run, but like... fans, something like that. So I went to their vendor because there were a lot of people with Peppino plushes walking around, and I knew it for sure I wanted to get a Peppino plush, but I was like, I don't know if I should wait or just get it now, or I don't know what I should do. But regardless, like we got in line, and bam, I got my boy Peppino. I got me in video game form. He came in this like bag, like kind of like plastic bag. It was like sealed but I opened it for your pleasure. So here he is. is my boy Peppino. He's probably gonna be on my desk for a while. But look at him. Just look at him. Like this man oozes charm and anxiety, maybe even cheese out of his pores. But it's like, I got this because like I love Pizza Tower, and seeing like official merch for it was like just the coolest thing. They also had a plush for the Noise, but I didn't get him because I wanted to just like get Peppino because he was kind of expensive. He's like $30, but I mean you kind of expect that from plushes, but like he has like so much personality, like just looking at this plush. And his tag is pizza, like a piece of pizza. Like I love this. It's probably one of my favorite plushes that I own. He's so cool. And then and that was Friday. And I'm trying to think what else there were two other vendors that were there. Like I said, there was one that this guy had, like it was like a small little vendor like in a corner. I didn't get anything from it because I couldn't really find anything I was like really on the hunt for. But then there was another one right next to it that I was like considering getting some things from. Like I saw some GameCube stuff that I was like looking out for, like Mario Kart Double Dash, or for the 64. I'm trying to think what it was. I saw like Mario Tennis and like Diddy Kong Racing that I was looking out for, but unfortunately, I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything from that one because like nothing really stood out to me, and I again I told myself I didn't want to like splurge on like a lot of things because like the only things I bought like on Friday was just Mario 64 and the Pepino plush. So that was that. So and then another sunset to top off Friday, and that was that. So then comes Saturday. Saturn Day, Sega Saturn Day. No, Saturday. It was raining like crazy on Saturday. Even even with an umbrella, like in Boston, it was ridiculous. Like walking to and back from South Station. Um, like oh my god, it was so bad. The rain. But luckily when we got inside, it wasn't too bad. And then so I had so we brought some friends on Saturday because they wanted to come with us. And so they split off on their own group, and then me and Aaron was still in our group, or had our own like own little duo. And then we kind of ventured off into some other areas of the convention that we hadn't been to yet. One of those was this little area that had a Pokemon booth, and I got this thing. It's a Pokemon trading card game, trade and play thing. It's a little wet because again the rain was so bad on Saturday. And it comes with like a few things in here. It comes with like an activity kit, a gift to trading cards in here. There's a coin in here for like, I'm assuming for the trading card game, and then some cards right here. I still haven't opened it. I kind of want to see. You know what? For you guys, I'm gonna open this for you because now I'm like really curious. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to rip that. I always feel bad ripping these. Like I'm always like I know some people like are always like just destroy it. I'm always trying to be like as delicate as possible, and I ripped it. I feel like a monster. I feel like a pocket monster. Okay. What did I get for cards? Let's see. I got this little sponsorship thing. I got a Char Cadet. There's 3 cards in here, by the way. I got a Lechonk. That one looks adorable. I like that one. And I got like a little bit of shiny one. I got a Fido. I'm not sure how you pronounce it because I'm not familiar with Pokemon. And so so I got this booth. Like we got this. I bit my tongue. I got this after so they had like a booth. So the booth there was there were demos of either Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was the one I played, and Detective Pikachu Returns. And so I played Legends Arceus because I do own it on Switch up there. I just haven't played it yet, and it was kind of like it was basically my first impression. So like the lady kind of guided me, around the game to like kind of help me out because since I hadn't played it, and it was fun. Like I'm sure when I do get around to Legends Arceus, like I'm sure I'll like it because I like the open world aspect of it, and like battling Pokemon. Again, because I haven't played Pokemon, so it was cool. I liked it. I can't really explain it that well. It's just I liked it. Oh, and something else I forgot to show on Friday was I keep forgetting things. Can you blame me? There's a lot to show here. Was I got this Fangamer pin when I bought the Pepino plush. There was some other things I was considering at the Fangamer vendor, like because they had Pepino, they had the Noise. They also had like other characters. They had the Fox from Tunic. They had the D-Dog from Metal Gear Solid 5. Which is funny because there were people cosplaying a snake that we saw. What else? There was the Cat from Stray, like a lot of like big indie games, or even like some AAA games. It was really cool. And then speaking of Pokemon, um, someone randomly, like on Saturday, just just asked me like, "Would you want this Pokemon card?" And I was like, "Sure." I got so essentially I got four Pokemon cards. I got Mantike, little shiny one, as well. I don't know. It's kind of weird that that I even got one. And then here's the game that I bought on Saturday. So I went back to the first vendor, which by the way is a game store called Game Underground in it's in Waltham, because I have the like little business card back there. And the game that I bought on Saturday is another Mario game, and it was one I was very excited to have, just like with Mario 64. And that is Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Um, I haven't tried it yet, but this is one I'm like really looking forward to trying. Is like because I'm already pretty impressed with what I played at Mario 64 so far, and I think it's because I wanted to quench my Mario thirst, so I wanted to get like another Mario game, and that explains why I have this one. Because I have the first Super Mario Land, but I didn't have this one until now, and because I'd always heard how great of a game Super Mario Land 2 was, so that justified my purchase. Something else I got at that Pokemon booth. It wasn't on like the side with like the demos, but on the other side there was someone cosplaying as it was both a Pikachu and an Eevee that were kind of like in and out of the vendor to take pictures at. So I got a poster. Let me take it out of the rubber band because believe me, with the rain it was like horrible to like kind of to transport this, but I got a double-sided poster. This is the front. I think this side's for Legends Arceus, and then here's the other side, which has is that upside down? No, but it looks like it's upside down. This side's for Scarlet and Violet, I believe. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet, the hidden treasure of Area Zero. So that was cool. And then I got another pin. This one's for Renane. I never heard of this game. It was at a booth that I just kind of stopped at and just kind of grabbed on a whim. And then I'm gonna get to like some games that I played there because you think that this is just like, oh, it's just all geek stuff, but no, there were like demos of games like all across PAX, all across because I did play a few. But just like there was a lot that like either it just wasn't on my radar, or it just didn't really catch my attention all that much. But there were a few games that I did play there, which I'll get to for Sunday because that's when I wanted to commit to playing some games while I was there. And speaking of games, I played a game called Toxic Crusaders, which I think is based on a cartoon from the 80s. I mean, definitely looking at the art style, it looks like a cartoon from the 80s. It looks a lot like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meets like Streets of Rage 4. Like from the gameplay, it's like Streets, because the game there, it's I'm not sure if you can see down there. It's a beat 'em up. It's very similar to Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge and Streets of Rage 4, and it's really fun. Me and Aaron played it in co-op together. It was really fun. We even played it last year. But yeah, I had a ton of fun, and it has a dog, so that it has my seal of approval. And then I think that's it for Saturday. It's just like, again, the rain was so bad, like so bad that I got like a cold like for Sunday. Like it was ridiculous. And now for Sunday, so I didn't get as many things compared to like all these other knickknacks you see here. I didn't get nearly as much on Sunday just because stuff's always changing in the convention. So other things I forgot to mention was there was this giant Larian booth at at the entrance of the show floor. If you don't know who Larian is, they're the guys who just recently did Baldur's Gate 3, and won Game of the Year for Baldur's Gate 3 and tons of other things. So they had like there was a lot of people like cosplaying as Baldur's Gate characters, like 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 a lot. Like I underestimated how popular Baldur's Gate 3 would be. So that was cool. I didn't get to go in because the line was just too big, and I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 yet, which is I wanted to rectify that at some point. But now moving on to Sunday, which was the weather was much better, like so much better. Like God finally stopped crying for once and like just let the sun just shine all on us on the Great Pyramid of Boston because on the way to the center, like we cross a bridge and then like right to our right in the water there's just a random like pyramid in the water and I just dubbed it the Great Pyramid of Boston. Why? I don't know. More so it's like, why is there a pyramid in Boston? Anyway, so the first thing I got while I was there was my last game that I bought at PAX East. This one was at Dial Up Games again. And it was a Sega Genesis game, which I think was the first time I bought a Sega Genesis game in quite a while. And this was a game that I didn't even know had a version of it on the Genesis. Because I loved this game when I was a kid, and like, I mean, I knew that it was in like compilations, but I didn't know it had like I think there was a version of it on the NES, but I've never seen one on the Genesis. And that game is Pac-Mania. I really loved this game as a kid, and I still love it today. Like sometimes like I'll just like hop on and then like Pac-Man Museum Plus and just play it. But yeah, I didn't know this game was on the Genesis, and it was $25. By the way, I forgot to mention that Super Mario Land 2 was 6 golden coins was 25. But this was also 25, and it was complete in box too, and in good shape as well. And I played it for a little bit, and you know, it's like it's Pac-Mania, but with like the Genesis style like visuals and music. If you haven't played Pac-Mania, it's like it's Pac-Man, but you could jump and it's at an isometric angle. So I bought this, like I was even like contemplating for like at least like a good half hour. It's like, should I actually get this? Because I don't have many games on my Genesis, and I'm like don't really play my Genesis all that much, but I should make an exception to that. But I was like, yeah, you should. Like, you have Pac-Man 2 on the Genesis. Get some more Pac-Man on give the Genesis some love with some Pac-Man action that like is traditional Pac-Man action. So yeah, cool to see Pac-Mania there. There were also some like other like high-end games that I saw there. Like at Dial Up Games, they in this like glass display case in front of the vendor, they had some like rare NES games like Little Samson that obviously I didn't grab because one, I didn't bring 4 figures with me to PAX East, and 2, I don't own an NES at the moment, so I didn't get it. And then some other things I got this pen from a place called Meld. It looks like it says Blem because I'm filming this mirrored, but it'll look like Meld in the video. It was from like this guy who like he had I think it was like computer tech stuff. Like he had Streamlabs set up on a computer, and he was just like talking to us about like streaming stuff, and we're like I stream on my PlayStation, and he was like his mind was blown at the fact. But yeah, I would like to like know more about Streamlabs one day. But yeah, I got this free pen from Meld. Be useful to use one day. And then going to games, this was a game that we got a free poster for playing this game. Me and Aaron in co-op. It's a game called The Art of Flight, which we had never heard of until like we just stumbled upon this booth, and that was how we came across it. It's like a kind of arcadey space shooter, with like some like unique gimmicks that make it a little stand out. But yeah, I got this free poster. It's a little ripped right here because when we were trying to bring it back, I like told Aaron to like, you put this in your bag or else, because I was running out of room in my bag. But yeah, it was a cool little poster, nice and simple. And then that was everything that I bought that I got for free. And this was literally the last thing I got while I was there. I wanted to get one PAX East named souvenir while I was there. That rhymed. And so I couldn't find any like shirts that I wanted. I do. One of my friends found like not found, but he like grabbed it. He had a shirt. Someone just gave him a shirt that was for PAX East 2021. I don't have it with me at the moment. You just gotta take my word for it. That that he just like so my friend comes with like a PAX East 2021 shirt that someone gave to him because he didn't want it, and he just told me like, "Do you want it?" I was like, "Sure, I'll take it." I mean, so that was kind of funny. But this was the last thing I got like legit. It was a PAX East 2024 water bottle, which goes up to looks like 32 ounces. Haven't taken it out of the wrapper yet, but I can see this being something useful in the future. Like, can't really go wrong with a water bottle at some point, like at any point, really. And I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's it for everything that I got at PAX East. There was some other areas that I didn't touch upon. Like there was a PC area, like for like free playing games. But then like to some of the games I played. So last year, I think I talked about that I played Donkey's game Animal Well. So it was there again this year. I almost said last year. So this year Animal Well was back because it comes out in May, and I wanted to play it again. So Aaron went off, ventured on his own to, I forget what he had to do. And so I just played Animal Well. There was like a new build of it. I played it on a PlayStation 5, and it's such an intriguing game. Like I can't wait to like play it when it comes out in May. I hope it wins the Game Award for Best Indie Game. If it doesn't, then the donkey is going to be mad, and you don't want that. And what else did I play? When I was at the Fangamer booth, the guy told me that there was a game that's like Pizza Tower, like at a booth somewhere. So, and I also asked him like, was Donkey at the Animal Well booth, and he was like, no, I don't think he's here. And yeah, because I walked around that booth like a bunch of times to like kind of come to the conclusion that he wasn't there, which was a bummer because I would have really liked to see him and say like, hey, I wish I beat the record on Bowser's Bean Burrito or some other reference you can think of that's Donkey related. So I played Animal Well. Really, really liked it. Just like I did last year. And I'm trying to think what. So then I went to this game that the guy told me about at the Fangamer booth, and so I found the game, and I'm trying to describe it just because it's not hard to describe. It's just like I suck at describing things. So I found the game, and it's a game called Anton Blast, which it sounded familiar, but it was like I couldn't put my finger on the name until like I saw it there. And he told me it was Pizza Tower inspired, so it was like in turn it also made it Wario Land inspired because Pizza Tower is inspired by Wario Land in terms of like it's like level design and like for the structure of the levels. So I played Anton Blast. Like I played like I think the first level, and it was really cool. It definitely doesn't play the same as Pizza Tower, that's for sure. So if, like I kind of thought that going in, but it was like, no, this is not Pizza Tower, that's not a bad thing. It's like very cartoony. Even like the main character, like Anton, looks like Wario, but if he has like a huge beard and a hammer. So I played it. It was really cool. Like probably when I'm done with this video, I'm gonna wishlist it on Steam. And then I also played Jackbox, like again up at that area, and that was fun. So here are some answers for like some of the games that we played. Like I played we played Bracketeering, like I said, Talking Points, Quiplash. There was tons of like Fibbage. Like I didn't do good in really any of those games, but like I did like I just still had fun, like even if I lost. But Talking Points was like the big one because like you're gonna see like my thing in a bit. like my bit. It's just bits, 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64. And so after my bit of talking points for the slideshow, the award show happened, and I actually like won an award. Surprisingly, I forget what the award was called, but I think it was like the Sexy Chef Award or something like that. Because again, I was dressed as Peppino, so like when I don't have it recorded, unfortunately, but when like it was given to me, I was like, yeah, and I was stoked. And there was like so many other like things that, unfortunately, I can't really talk about here because I don't want my camera to run out of juice. Because I've been recording on my phone the whole time. That's why it looks a little different than what it normally does. But yeah, it's just like I had so much fun at PAX East. Like it's like like this year especially. Like I'm never gonna forget this year of going to PAX East, and I'm gonna be going again next year. Like that's for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think I'm just gonna skip the outro for this and just let put the videos up like I was talking about earlier, and just have you enjoy it, and then like all of the pictures of like most of the cosplayers that I got pictures of. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video, and I hope you all continue to shock the world. Bye everyone.
Yeah, baby.
Hello, my name is Faces, and my talk is you will be shocked to find out that my soulmate is my creature in my attic, and that creature is all the money, baby. There is no better creature in life than money. Like that, yeah, we're free. That helps me. But when you like this is, I mean, that's why I dressed with Pino because I'm starving so fast. Nothing will make me angrier than this again. I sleep with the fish. Not like the Godfather in a sense, but it's just like the fact that I just like sleeping with the fish for Wally. He's like, don't worry, me. There will be one thing that changed everything for me. It was when I found Nemo. He's probably like, toilet somewhere. So he's not here either, but like this forever changed my life. When I wasn't around when I saw Finding Nemo, Magic Kids back then, but like, it changed my moving